So this is the last tea soap in the soap series today, and it's a really cool one. The smell on this is amazing, and I'm really excited to, show you the final bar, but also I have a really fun announcement for, other things. And it is still tea related, and I will be telling you all about all of that in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 83 of 365 days of soap. And yeah, we're doing the last tea from Plum Deluxe, PLUMDELUXE.com, small business tea company out of Oregon. And if you've been around for this tea journey, you can attest that their tea is gorgeous. Like, it's just so beautiful to look at, to smell while it's brewing. It's delightful. I am in love with them, and they have themselves a new customer in me for sure. And they can also have themselves a new customer in you as well, because that coupon code that they put up for all of my Sudsers is still available. So go use it. It's SoapClay10 at PlumDeluxe.com. Don't do that right now, though. Stay with me here for the last tea soap in the tea soap series. Now, this one we're doing another black tea, I believe. That's the last one, right? Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I definitely, it's in the video. I do the thing there. So let's go to said video, and we can look at the thing. It's totally another black tea. I'm just not 100% sure exactly what that black tea is. So we're going to go to the video, find out there, and I can stop looking confused right in front of you. Wow. How did this video end up so short? Yesterday it was long, today it was short. I'm just waiting for the day for enough people to be like, long form content. Can you just do long form content? Can you just talk about the history of soap making for a 19-part series? That would be fun. And also look at that. Look how fun that is. There's like a blueberry or a huckleberry or something in this tea. That's amazing. But also I want to do a really long form. I love long form content. And that's just my dream, is for people to want to listen to things for a whole long time. Because the history of things is interesting. The history of soap is interesting. And all of the ways that you can talk about soap and debunk soap and talk about the fatty acid profiles and talk about this and that. And you can do a lot of that, for sure. Anyway, not the point. Today we are making huckleberry tea. And that lye solution doesn't look as dark as day 2. Huckleberry Happiness Black Tea. All right. So this is still from Plum Deluxe. And they're delightful. And every day that we get closer to getting to do the live and drink the teas, I'm excited. And that day is tomorrow, my Sudsers, my friends. Wow, that went super dark. I didn't expect it to go that dark. That's like as dark as the second tea we did, the blackberry, right? Now, speaking of blackberry, I don't have a huckleberry scent, and so I used black raspberry and vanilla. Now look at the soap batter here. We have all the orange streakies going on again, just like we did with the first tea that we did. right? All of those orange streakies. So I'm going with tannins, guys. This just confirmed it for me. It's the tannins. And it's also at a nice trace as far as things suspending on the surface, but it's actually kind of a difficult one to tell. So I was going for that really pretty color in there that kind of matches my gloves, actually. So that's fun. But it's kind of hard to tell with any tea or any, I'm sorry, not any tea. With any soap wherein you are doing an infusion, be it a beer or an aloe or a wine or a tea, it's kind of hard to tell trace and when you are there. And so I do like to double check that, even though, you know, I've been doing this for a really long time. And so I just kind of know, kind of instinctually, when I've hit trace, I do still like to double check because, you know, you should never get cocky in any of this, right? And so I do like to double check and make sure that I have hit at least an emulsion, even when my soap batter is thickening up like that, because there are a number of things that can lead to false trace. The biggest thing that, you know, false trace can be is you're soaping too cool. And I am soaping all of this very cool. This was another tea that the Soaprentice prepared for me. And so when I got into the shop, it was definitely at room temperature. So it had steeped overnight. And, you know, then I did the lye thing. And so I'm definitely soaping very, very cool. And false trace can occur if you soap too cool. Then what false trace essentially means is it looks like it's thick, like it's ready to pour. But that's because the solid oils in the batch are resolidifying and causing it to look thick. But if you haven't actually hit that emulsion, which is a stable solution that says that the two things that don't like going together, water and oil, are going to go together, then it's a solution that will fall out of solution. Really cool. And then there's that. So point is, I double check with these things and I just take the head of my stick blender out and I just inspect it for about 20 seconds and make sure that nothing is falling off of the head. Okay, we're not doing this again today. Black raspberry and vanilla is what I'm scenting this with. You've heard of that guy. I told you that. That's what we're doing. Yeah, it's great. I think I'm just doing a drop swirl of some kind in all of this because this is a super short video. So I'm going to assume that, yeah, okay, not a drop swirl and in the pot swirl. That's cool. So we're doing that. So we're going to put the rest of the soap in that thing and then we're going to go on to the pour and we're going to pour this in the pot swirl, which is going to be fun. Okay, and on to the pour of this, and my website finally loaded. Well, not my website. I don't have it. It's not my website. It's PLUMDELUXE.com. It's their website, and my Wi-Fi has been acting up all day, so it's not a failing on their website that it took so long to load. It's my Wi-Fi. And the tasting notes say one of the most popular fruity black tea flavors is huckleberry, so we're excited to share our take with our huckleberry black tea blend. With a crisp black tea base, we've added a melange of complementary berries to create a full-body berry cuppa with huckleberries, which is a blueberry. Oh, fun! I didn't know that. I learned something today. So it was a blueberry. Okay, cool. And hints of elderberry, aronia berry, and black currant. That's cool. Ingredients: black tea, elderberries, aronia berries, black currants, blueberries, hibiscus, cornflowers, huckleberry essence, love and gratitude. I love that. Lots of caffeine in this guy because it's a black tea. And suggested uses, it says it's fantastic iced. Also, amount of hibiscus is tiny, stands up to milk without curdling. Interesting. So, hibiscus curdles? Or the milk curdles with hibiscus tea? I did not know that. That's fun. Okay. I can get behind that. All right, I had no idea. See, I learned something new today. That's wild. So we talked about black tea in the first tea soap that we made and the skin benefits that black tea has topically. So not just the ingesting thing, like actually putting it on your skin. That's what topical means. I know you know that. I don't know why I felt the need to say it. So we're not going to talk about that again. You can go back and watch the first one. And also that gives you an excuse to go back and watch the first one. Because the algorithm has been screwing up my life. And, you know, just go back and rewatch it. Or like it. Or watch it for the first time. Or comment, whatever. You know. Engagement. The YouTube peoples are telling me all these things right now. Anyway, not the point. I'm going to sculpt the top of this. And I'm certain I'm going to put some tea stuff on the top of it as well. Because aside from the carrot cake one, I've done it for every other one of them. But in the carrot cake one, I put it in the soap. Which is a much better idea, by the way, because that's a nice exfoliant, right? And that totally works out. But the decoration on top, for me personally, I don't like using it. Even if I made it. I scrape it off. Or I cut it off. Whatever. But these particular tea leaves were so beautiful. I had to put this blend on there. Look how gorgeous. It's so super dark black. And then it has those little hints of that gorgeous blue that kind of matches my gloves. I already said that. But it's still accurate. So, you know, I'm going to say it again. I just said it again. So I'm not going to say it a third time. But anyway, this will get put in the oven for C-pop and gel. And we will cut into this beauty, you know, right now. So let's go to that. Okay, on to the cut. And it's all shiny and weird right now because I put it in the freezer so I could get it out of the mold. Because that particular mold actually has some problems getting the soaps out. And then also we went right to here because I broke my cutter again. And so I had to cut it off camera. Because I'm a disaster. But those bars are cute. Look at that. That's super pretty. Anyway, I cut them frozen is also the point to that. So that's why everything's all super shiny. It's not seeping or doing anything weird. It's just like really, really frozen. I cut it frozen. Which is probably why I broke my cutter earlier today. But that little thing there on the upper left, that's not seepage. That's just the soap is warming up. And I cut it frozen. You got that? You got that? I cut it frozen? These are all really cool bars. There's some weird stuff going. Oh, what is that? Dude. That looks like some. Nope. I'm not having that. You go back to that one that I just did. And you let me know what you think that one looks like. Because I'm thinking it looks like some white supremacist bullshit. That was not cool to be found in my soap. But there's all four of them together. And they're beautiful. And this one is also beautiful. And I am in love with all of these teas. And I cannot wait to drink them on the live tomorrow. That is day 83. The tea stuff. And there it is. The final soap in the tea series. And it's amazing. I loved the smell of this one while it was brewing. I loved the smell that we put into the bar. I love the look of this. I loved everything about this series. Oh, lather. Let's talk about the lather. The lather on the tea soaps there, it's amazing. And I did still see with this one, you know, the other black tea. Because remember, the first one we did was also black tea. And I saw what I believe to be tannins that were not mixing well within the actual soap batter while I was trying to reach an emulsion. So I'm pretty sure that that's what it is because black tea has a lot of tannins and herbal tea, the other two that we tested, typically do not. And so since that's the difference, I'm making those connections and this is my thinking. But all of these soaps lathered beautifully. Absolutely gorgeous. And they're a lot of fun to work with. Teas in general in soap, it's a lot of fun. So if you are interested in making tea soaps, well, now I've given you 4 really cool options and ideas for how to do it. And so go have fun, for sure. If you're interested in drinking tea, you should go to PLUMDELUXE.com. But also, you should come back tomorrow because I told you earlier that we were going to be making an announcement. And that announcement is called Tomorrow is Alive. And the Soaprentice will be here. And we're going to drink these freaking teas. We're going to spill the tea while drinking tea, which is going to be fun. And, you know, it's going to sound like a literal clickbaity as shit title for tomorrow. But we're literally probably going to end up spilling tea because the Soaprentice and I are both very clumsy. And so this will be interesting. But the Soaprentice loves tea. And so she's going to be here and we are going to sample, like actually drink these teas. Because Plum Deluxe actually sent me enough tea to also drink, not just to use in the soap. So we're going to do that thing tomorrow. It's going to be fun. And we're going to talk about all kinds of crazy stuff. So that's the announcement. The Soaprentice is going to be here for another live. And that's cool. And yes, so that was it. I guess I thought that was a really big announcement. I'm always excited when the Soaprentice is part of my life, which is every day. So I guess every day I'm excited. I do appreciate you joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. My sudsers are amazing. You guys have been so much fun throughout this entire series and just every day in general, really. Just thank you for being part of my tribe. I appreciate it. If you're interested in being part of the tribe, subscribe. It's as easy as that. And then you become part of the Sudser family. So that would be excellent. I am going to go think about all of the delicious teas that I get to drink tomorrow while the Soaprentice educates me on tea, because weirdly I don't know a ton about tea, just in general. And so that's what she's for. And I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of live soapy fun. Bye.